Hello and welcome. This is Robert Schein, Managing Director and Partner of Blanke Schein Wealth Management. Today is June 11th, 2020. There's a lot of headlines to discuss, market moving actions and reactions. So let's get right into it. So thanks for watching. My first topic of the day is a professor from Wharton Business School, Jeremy Siegel. I had the pleasure of meeting him, and actually, I'm a big fan of his. I've always been a big fan since I had the opportunity to take one of his classes. And in the early 90s, 1994, he wrote Stocks for the Long Run, and he's the professor of finance at Wharton Business School, and he really wrote the blueprint in our industry, if you will, for equity investors to basically say, listen, over a long period of time, when you find opportunities and through volatility, but good quality companies managed right that are paying a cash flow sort of dividend investing, and you own them over a long period of time, a cycle or two, with a long view, they are very rewarding. And one of the points he brought up that he believes we could see in the next 24, 48 months in the short term is inflation creeping its way in. And that's why he believes dividend paying stocks and a few others or equities in general are going to be helpful as we get through even a short term, let's say, inflation spike. But long term, he's always been a long term bull equity investor. He basically pointed out that this short term today in the last few days pullback in the marketplace and all the indices is a short term pullback. And he actually said the biggest headline of the morning, which I thought was incredible, he believes that we could potentially have seen in March a 4-decade year low. So this could be not only the low, obviously, for this year, this is what his forecast is, but for the next 4 decades to come. So he's extremely bullish from that perspective. I think he sees cited a lot of fiscal and monetary policy and support as a result of that. And the only thing we're thinking about right now, what markets are spooked today about, is that resurgence, if you will, that we're seeing sort of in some cities and towns and states across America of sort of COVID-related cases. So that's what ultimately is moving the market right now. But Jeremy Siegel is a headline that I know is going to be sort of washed through and swept under the rug. But for those in the world of business and finance, what Jeremy Siegel has said both on the short and long term today is very significant and shouldn't go unnoticed. So I just want to report that for everyone at home. Our next topic is our threat of a second wave. Well, right now in some states that have opened up here in the United States, again, there are some hot spots in some states very specifically that are showing an increase state to state across the United States. So that's what's spooking the market right now. We've got about a 4 to 5% correction on all the given indices at the moment. But at the end of the day, fiscal and monetary policy are going to be there because there's significant uncertainty that's going to be providing a lot of volatility, which then equals opportunity. But in the short term, to what Professor Siegel says, short-term profit taking to be the case, that seems to be in line with what we're seeing right now, even though there's a potential spook of a second wave. But let's talk about the second wave because billions now have been pouring into COVID relief. And it's going to the biggest hospital chains. And in fact, the headlines are the biggest hospitals have reported that even though we had the first wave of COVID, and now we're on the backside of that, now they're prepared. They also reported that the wave wasn't as big as anticipated. So even if we see sort of a second wave sort of persist, the hospitals have reported that they are prepared. Again, we've got billions of dollars and we've got a lot of therapeutics, we've got a lot of vaccines that if you actually pay attention to all the healthcare professionals right now, again, there's a lot of shots on goal. So, this is a virus. It's not over. It's obviously affecting the economy, obviously affecting the markets on a day-to-day basis. But every day, it's one of those things where if you're long-term, like we are, a view of the marketplace, and obviously the real economy is disconnected from the market, but I think there's a lot of support on a go-forward basis to support and eventually have that recoupling occur. Obviously, there's going to be winners and losers. That's why we say the bigger companies, the size matters. As you're a capital investor and managing our portfolios, it's actually helping you on a go-forward basis. And the smaller opportunities here are to help out. My wife and I went out the other night and we're going to continue to shop local. We're going to continue to go to that local restaurant. So support local is going to be the biggest way that we can help on a local basis. So thanks for watching today and take care and be safe.